Hello, Railroad fans. We're back and we are playing Railway Empire 2, the new DLC, Industrial Wonders, and we're on the Colorado Basin map. Um, when we broke off last video, the main. I've basically, we're a few months past that video. I did a few things offline just to kind of. Advance us a little. We did go ahead and put in some sort of kind of express bridges because we were seeing, slow down at this junction. So the express train now bridges over, and we also have some other. Let's see what else we got going here. I can't remember if we had. I think we had wool going. We now have a really busy station here. Whitney is, really hopping. We've got a full warehouse of a lot of goods being transported around. Anytime you see the green plus number means, trains are delivering goods in and out. And we also went ahead and built a second station. So we now have a passenger station and we have an express line here. I didn't do a bridge, we just did a railroad crossing because this is not a very busy line. And we actually have a direct line here to Vegas, and it's doing pretty well. You can see it's taking, two cars of passengers and mail, and currently profiting 10 grand a week, which probably puts it up there. A lot of these trains don't make a huge amount. If we go by balance, yeah, that actually makes it the highest revenue train we have. So, the passenger trains are definitely what make the money. And with Whitney now at 50,000, ooh, we could actually build, I believe at 50,000, we can get to the next level sort of city. Do we have to demolish this to build another one? It's been a while. I think we might. Like, if I go to Vegas here, that's also an immigration office. Boulder. So immigration office is 30. Yeah, library is 50. So increases citizen happiness, fulfillment of demand by 10%. I think I always got confused about this. Increases the city's fulfillment of demand by 10%. So fulfillment of demand is right here. So let's say it's currently at 75. Is the idea that you build it and it instantly goes to 85 even though you have lower goods fulfilled? That would be my guess, which ultimately should mean, more growth. It's kind of funny because it all just increases growth, right? Anyway, I think it's always worth switching them out. So let's see. I'm going to delete this. Also needing the money, of course. Oh, actually, that is the thing. You delete it and you don't get any money back. Sometimes you get money back, you don't with this. So I'll put the library in. And I didn't actually check the demand there, but I don't know. Did that demand go up? I just unpause just to sort of see. I mean, that does seem to be climbing quite a bit there. Yeah, I mean, that's climbing pretty fast. Like, if I compare it to this, we go a few days. That's not really moving. Whereas this one, like, we didn't change, like, delivery of goods or anything, but it is climbing up. So, yeah, that's my guess, is that gets that going quicker, which is good, because if we can get that to 80%, then population grows quickly again. So, I think it's always worth upgrading if you have the money. Anyway, so we've got a library in Vegas. We've got our... I don't think it's worth doing an additional train until... you kind of have this, like, passengers, mail. I guess there's the wait time. So Vegas to Whitney, average travel time's 3.5 days. I think as long as this, train use, I guess 100% would mean that the passengers are only taking train, they're not taking the road. I'm not really sure there's a way to what you do to do that, unless it is just more trains. But yeah, so what I'm kind of looking for is anytime these numbers are up, like here, So should we get, I feel like a direct express all the way through to from Vegas to Boulder as a quick line might do us a benefit. We do currently have, so we have Whitney to Boulder, although that's not a passenger train. Let's do it by locomotive. Yeah, we do have essentially an express from Vegas to Boulder. But it does have to kind of go down the lines with the cargo, which might be slowing it down. So adding to this line, maybe bringing into a passenger-only station here, always feels like the way to upgrade. But anyway, that's what we've got going on. So we did go ahead and finish these last tasks. So we got to 50,000 in the Boulder City region, and we did that actually without even getting Colville Bay up and running, which we actually do, it's probably worth doing because it will be more revenue in the long run. But this would have contributed to the 50,000, but we didn't need it in the end. So now the new tasks, we have transport 500 passengers to Hoover Dam. So Hoover Dam has now, there is a station there. Can we? I assume we can delete it if we wanted to. No, you cannot. Okay. So yeah, we've got our Hoover Dam station, and oddly, it still doesn't. It doesn't show that it has a passenger demand, but I assume once we build in here, there will be this sort of passenger demand show up. Looks like we're going to be able to kind of route in here. So yeah, so we definitely need to, get our network in there and start delivering people. And then also we want to transport gravel transport 40 loads of gravel from Hoover Dam. Use the gravel however you want, or ship it to debris storage site in Gene. Okay, haven't looked at that. Where's Gene? Gene. Okay, so that's in an area we haven't bought the concession for yet, so it's over here in the southwest. So Gene apparently has, I assume it has a gravel demand. Slag? Is it called slag and they have inconsistent naming? It sort of visually looks like it, but who knows? I don't know. Flow of goods. No, gravel's different. Okay. So we can see here gravel. So it looks like 2 is being produced here. That like cog showing 2 production. And then yeah, so I would have thought Gene would show some demand input. I guess that is, yeah, so it would take 2. It is funny how it's not sort of, I feel like in the past we've actually seen, is there a factory here? There's a weaving mill. See, there's nothing here that says that there's something that will, take the gravel. Kind of strange. But what else could we use gravel for? So the question there is, unfortunately, the only way to look that up is you have to go ahead and pretend you're building a factory, which you can only do if a shop has. I mean, oh no, I guess you can go to buildings, factories, yeah. Concrete probably uses gravel, yeah. Okay, so if we could find a slot to put a concrete plant, we'd also need slag, which is usually a byproduct. So what makes slag? Is it when we build steel? Yeah. Which needs coal and iron. Yeah, so they've definitely really added, so that was part of the industrial thing, is they've added kind of more traditional factory game, the classic iron and coal to make steel or iron bars, and then you get the byproduct of slag. So, it's definitely a little more on the complex side than what it had been prior. All right, well, yeah, lots to do there. So, let's see. Only got 150,000. No bonds available. I was actually wondering, also, term. So in 5 weeks, you have to pay this back. I actually haven't seen what happens if you don't have the cash. I assume you can just roll it over. I guess we'll find out. Okay, but so the next due date is May 1912. So we've got about 3/4 of a year. So yeah, so I think that is a priority then to get a line in to Hoover Dam. So what does Whitney? Does Whitney want to go to Hoover Dam? Yeah, we got people wanting to get there, and assume Vegas folks want to go visit Hoover Dam. Only 7 from Vegas for some reason. Okay, so I'm gonna just have. I think I'm gonna have a line going in from. Well, I don't think anything's gonna come up this. I don't know actually. Whitney, this isn't a bad route. It's more that we have to. We might do a bypass, but that's gonna be hard with this farm. Yeah, they've purposely made this a pretty. But this is not a fun route up. Like I assume if I. Yeah, I mean. And where are we going in? We're gonna have to go in. As we tunnel through, we do not have tunnel money. We're not in the tunnel money type of riches. Yeah, I mean, that's not terrible. It says max 6%. I don't love it, but it's also, I think we're only going to be sending, so it's climbing up, right? So the passenger, it's going to be passenger trains which are lighter, so they should be able to make it up, and then freight trains, they're going to be empty going up there, so that's better news. I really do need to figure out where to get the gravel to as well. So that's one option. And then I really love this track planning. So if I move to track planning 2, we can just sort of leave that plan in place and try this other direction. So, we can basically go through here, which does seem a better gradient to deal with. Yeah, maybe we just go through here. It's not a very busy rail, so going through I think we'll do that, and that's only 40 grand as well. That's pretty good. All right, but we're going to go ahead and parallel this up. Ooh, running out of money. Now, why is that? Station, because we're doing 2 of both. Well, we'll take that out there then. So basically, we don't have to build the extra platform there, because I don't think we're going to have that many stations in there. All right. Okay. All right, so let's do our signals and get our gridiron in here. And now that we've got the platform, it doesn't really matter. We are low on cash though, so we'll join this up for now. Oof, that puts us right the way down. We'll get our gridiron in. All right. Yeah, we're probably going to double up this track now as well with wanting to get passengers over to it. So speed it up. Hopefully, we had a pretty good balance going finally. That passenger train really brought up our income. We don't have any seemingly like sort of this definitely massively helped with the congestion on this side. Whitney is still it's very busy, but we don't have any waiting trains currently. So although I say that, we always say that, and then you start seeing them waiting on the edges. But yeah, I mean, obviously also taking away passenger routes from this side. That passenger, oh, that's not good though. Vegas is getting a bit jammed up. Okay. Yeah, because we've only got the 2 lines there. So who are you? Yeah, a lot of freight deliveries. Yeah. Where's our express line? Oh, here he is. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we might be thinking about a 3rd platform in there too. But yeah, okay, so we've got more money again. So yeah, I really want to let's get a line going from Whitney to Hoover Dam. And that'll be an express. And is it worth... In the long run, I think it is always worth it. So yeah, okay. So we'll get him going. Oh, darn it. Okay, let's let him get his passengers and leave. All right, so yeah, we can see our revenue did go up quite a bit there. All right, so he's heading up Hoover Dam. Oh, I guess he had to start out there, but I want him starting out of our passenger line. We just need to connect that up. We're in the negative money now. I'm guessing a bunch of interest came due. So, yeah. And now these, of course, are all jammed up as well. How's this guy? He's not... We don't need 2 guys on this. I'm going to delete this train. So that's our wool delivery. Alright. So yeah, let's hopefully... We'll get a decent amount of revenue coming in a few days. Yeah, we're really, really living on the edge here, and I mean, this is not an optimal run at all. If that's what you're looking for, I think the big mistake was I for some reason over upgraded all the production very heavily. I think it was because at the very beginning there was a big need for a lot of wood and grain, but then that need reduces quite quickly once it becomes a regular settlement. Because to build the settlement you need like 16 grain, 16 wood, or 24 wood all at once, but once the settlement's built, like the low-level settlements, their demand is in the decimal points. So yeah, that sort of heavy demand just fell off a cliff. All right, let's get this bill. Oh, that was my track planning one, so let's get rid of that. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna have you go directly in here. All right, and I think that's fine for now. And then let's actually change that. What are you doing? What are you waiting for? I'm not sure what he's waiting for, but we want to set you... edit the line. We want you going to Whitney Packs. So we'll get rid of that. And then, yeah, okay. So you're going to go to the Packs line. Now, where are you currently? You're trying to go back to Whitney, and for some reason you're not moving. Oh, because it's paused. Well, that would do it. Okay, I think we've got enough. I kind of want to get rid of this. Let's. I think we've got enough money to just get this all doubled up, because we just don't need any like waiting on that express line for sure. I don't know. Hopefully, this is quite expensive territory right here. Oof, yeah, 54, but I think it's worth it. We don't want to keep holding the different folks up here. I have to kind of re-click the signals just to re-space them out. Okay. Alright, so let's unpause that. And yeah, so he'll be making it back. It's actually interesting, these guys... I hope are these guys coming back from Hoover Dam? I guess they are. Yeah, it's a very weirdly constructed... Yeah, I mean, it's claiming... And again, I don't know if this is passengers delivered, sitting, waiting there. It doesn't have the full interface of a regular station, so it's hard to see. But yeah. Okay, so he'll come in there. Oh, Vegas grew again to a 4. Amazing. Okay, so yeah, I mean, Whitney has gone all the way up to 28, but it looks like we're still delivering for them. Boulder City is looking very low. Yeah. I feel like we want to... Wow, train use 0. Yeah, I feel like I do want to grow that in there. Okay, and he's waiting, because this only has the one station. I think we want to increase that. So let's have another platform. And gridiron in. There we go. And that should get him moving. So he doesn't, yeah, he's not waiting for this platform to clear. And we should really do the same. Like, once you've paid for the platform, you might as well do it on the other side. And what are you waiting for? He's waiting for this. Not great. Wish there was a way to say expresses should always get priority. What are you waiting for there? Yeah, just slow to take off. You know, at some point we could maybe turn this into a bridge. Oh, let's let him get... I want him to get by. Because otherwise, sometimes the train will literally, you know, be reset. So you want it sort of farther enough away if you start messing with the track. So I think if I do something like this, where up until the bridge itself... it means that there's more signals along this way. So, you know, it's going to make it all the way to this signal before it just waits. So at least that gives it time. Should really do the same on this side as well. So that, yeah. So you don't have this situation where it's just not going to go until this is clear. Actually, where are the signals on this one? Oh, that's not good. There's a real lack of signals on this. Is that just... oh dear, yeah, that's not good. Just never put signals on that. That's probably what's hurting that intersection there. Oh, there's a few places. You almost want, instead of it being like just flat, and like I kind of want it to be a completely different color to say there are no signals. Because yeah, one-way lines would otherwise have no signals. So is there a signal right at the end part here automatically? No. Yeah. Okay. So we need to do something like, you know. It's a weird, very weird system, but yeah. But now we have like a signal on the end here, a signal on the end here. So at least, you know, the train is, no train is gonna wait at like Vegas before it gets all the way over here. At least that's how I believe it works. Yeah, see, he didn't wait over there. And he crosses. All right. Okay. So it's Hoover Dam site. Yep, started receiving passengers. Good. So it's getting a lot from Whitney alone. And, you know, everyone's coming to Whitney. So everyone makes it to Whitney at some point. So, you know, theoretically, like Boulder City, they have people want to get to Hoover Dam. Although it's saying they don't have a route there. Interesting. Why don't they? So, like, Whitney to Boulder has passengers. Oh. Yeah, passengers can always trace, like, can always, I guess it's because we don't have one going into the passenger thing. Yeah, I definitely want to get a passenger line running. So I'm going to do that. See, we've got a 2x research. Do we save up for this new train? Not sure how much bigger change it is. Santa Fe. So it's a mixed train. Can you see it here? That would be nice. So, like, it's down here. So, like, the current best mixed we have is the Mikado. Okay. So it's got... yeah, we should do a comparison. Okay, tractive power is a lot more. Reliability is a lot less. Yeah, so... looks like it's sort of... yeah, looks... yeah, it's very close. I don't really know if it's that big a jump up. I'd like to just do anything. Increase the amount of packages in cities. So yeah, anything that's good for revenue. And this will grow people quickly. What's our current task? It's getting people places. Yeah, let's do it. Let's help increase our population. That saves money, which we are always struggling with money. Increase the number of passengers in all cities. Yeah, let's do that. Oh, we've already got that one. Okay. All right, we'll save up the research again. Okay. So yeah, let's get that passenger. Let's get a pack station at Boulder City. I'm assuming something like this. And yeah, this is gonna be interesting. It's such a narrow lane, very expensive area. It's almost like It's very hard to do anything paxy through this bit. Sorry, to kind of find room for another, maybe something like this. Yeah, we're right up against the edge on this part. Okay, let's just do, I'm going to put the connection in and see. So yeah, you can see that is an insane line. So if we move this over here, yeah, we have a real mess. Like, do a crossover. Still a super expensive line. It's going to be very difficult to do. I hate that we're crossing here and then we're going to have to cross again. Long bridges. Okay, well that gets rid of all the tunnels. So it's going to cross here. And then we've got a pretty expensive bridge. It's hard to want to get rid of that bridge, honestly. You kind of want them to just stay out of the way of all of this mess. Is a small tunnel better? Not good for gradient, but again, it's passenger trains only. And then is this? Maybe we don't. We'll just cross again. I mean, that makes it 260. And it's got 2 railway crossings. So how express it's going to be. You know, these guys are going a lot. I know, I'd love to turn this into a bridge, honestly. Oops. Delete that one. Yeah. Oof, 10%. Yeah, I mean, it's you're always weighing up costs with gradient, essentially. But that's actually not. You know, yeah, the numbers aren't bad. I mean, that 7% is pretty terrible. As it sort of does a little tunnel over or under. Tunnels and bridges cost the same here. Is it worth putting another bridge in? Yeah, this trap building can be very finicky. That's the bridge version. Bridge version is 100,000 cheaper, and the gradient's better. So actually, yeah, we want to stick to bridges. I think this is it. We're gonna have to wait till we build up that. I think. Is there any way to make this bridge just a tad smaller? It's pretty good. Dropping even more price. 290 right there. Well, we're getting there, so I think we can do that. It's just a question of is it really worth it? But I think to get that delivery of people, because that will mean the Boulder folks can get to Hoover Dam, I believe. The other issue is, see, there is this whole, like, as the crow flies, they won't take a long rail like this. There's some sort of, like, calculation distance. So this is really only going to help us for the Whitney to Boulder line. Let's keep that alive, but then, so Whitney to Boulder. I mean, it does have a very high demand, although it looks like they're being serviced, like 97%. So I don't think we actually need that. All right. So what about, go to the next track plan here, and instead, what if we just go into Hoover Dam. Kind of want to just go into let's just pretend there's a gridiron there now. That's a mill, cool million. So we want, let's just have it go across this track, not, fortunately it has to go at this weird angle across the track, which is always not really a good. Alright, and then why is this a tunnel? This doesn't need to be a tunnel. Wow. I guess it's just because of the gradient, because of the steep climb. So expensive. Okay, there we go. Yeah, pretty awful climb. But that's a direct line. Alright, let's try that one then. And then we're going to need to have this kind of spend a little on getting that out. Alright. Okay. I guess we'll need one of these. Like on a heavy gradient, it's never good, but okay. Okay, so Boulder to Hoover Express. Okay. That should fill up pretty decent. Yeah. Okay. And it's just gonna be a bit of a slow climb up. Oh. You don't have supplies, but there is a supply tower right there. I wonder why he waited so long. Whitney to Vegas? What is he doing over here? Oh, I don't like that. That is weird. That is very weird. Is there some sort of weird no turnaround? If I have no gridiron here? Ugh. Yeah, no gridiron. Okay. Ouch. So he is like... Oh, he's full up. I don't know where he's trying to get to. My guess is he's not dropping people. Ugh. I'm just gonna... And you can't... You have to delete the whole rail line. That is not good. Yeah. He's not dropping anything off at Hoover Dam. I can promise you that. Yeah. So at least he turned around. Okay, good. Alright. Yeah, so this is all stuff bound for Vegas. Okay. Alright. I think we're going to make Hoover Dam fine. So, getting gravel out of Hoover Dam. Alright, we should probably buy... Let's buy this concept... Ooh, barely. Don't have enough money. Any bonds available? Nope. Yeah, so the bond did roll over automatically because it had like 5 weeks or something left. I like that. The Railroad Corporation doesn't. You have to have the cash on hand. I mean, I can't speak to... You know, I don't know if our company value didn't warrant another bond. I get then there might be an issue. But, yeah. It's very silly that it doesn't let you roll over the bonds. You have to come up with the cash at that exact moment when it's redeemable. Or at least it should, you know, not just end the game. It should give you an option to, like, evaluate your credit if you take away that. But anyway. Okay, so he delivered to Hoover Dam. And then, yep, they're coming back. All right. So, it looks like Whitney built this clothing industry, which it does actually need. So that's fair. So yeah, there's cloth in here. It's building clothing. It's going to consume it. So that's fine. And Vegas built another... Yeah, they built this, which we don't really need because we've got one... Oh no, I guess, yeah, so they weave over here and then they turn it into dresses over here. Okay. Oh, actually there's a weaving mill over here as well. Yeah, so I think we have a bit... Seeing that is generally you want to see that a little more full. Like you want it to be producing. So it looks like there's kind of a wool shortage. Yeah, he's really. So we probably want to up him one. So expensive, but he is short. Let's do it. Because yeah, you don't want any of your. It'd actually be nice to list businesses. Yeah, be able to like list by industries you own, and um, you know, and then see kind of any industry that's empty of exports. All right, so I wanted to get now of course and this just keeps going up in price. So yeah, so I missed out on that. Focus, focus, focus. All right, that's good. We're making about 100 grand, 138 in the last week. Okay, good. Yeah, always good to see if there's any more opportunity. Wow, Ragtown has a lot of people, and yeah, we're not. Okay, up by 500,000 in profit. Balance is profit, essentially. Yeah, like our quarterly result, which is really our profit, because it's revenue minus expenses. So yeah, we're now at a million profit, up from 633 a quarter ago. It's pretty good. Yeah, that is bad that Boulder to Ragtown has a problem. It's very difficult to get. What a weird little rail route. I feel like you wouldn't get much money from that rail route, but yeah. Yeah, because nobody's going to go from Ragtown to Whitney and then back down to Boulder by train. I'm just trying to think. I mean, I assume I can, let's say I did something like, there's no harm in that. Huh. I mean, let's try it. Just want to see if it makes any money. We'll need another platform, of course, because of that. No, let's probably just double it. Well, no. That did cost a cool 100 grand when, again, we were meant to be focusing. Plus another supply tower. Yeah. It's very, and then the train itself, which is another 100 grand. Maybe I'll skip these, though. I don't know. Express. No, I just can't bring myself to do it. Oh, shoot. I built the thing, but... Oh, my God. Buy locomotive. That's really weird. Did I actually build it? I mean, like, I built and I hit confirm, but I didn't actually set a route. So did it get built? Does it exist? I'm actually really curious now. So if I do express, and you hit confirm, there is no route set. No, I think it just doesn't spend it. It just looks like it did. Ragtown to Vegas. Yeah, I don't see any other Ragtowns. Okay, so Ragtown to Boulder, Express. Yeah, that's fine. So I need a gridiron here. Okay. And then it's just... we should probably just go right to the end of that, at least. Okay. Let's see what this does. So yeah, look at those. That has a lot of passengers. So what is that going to make? Really curious. For that tiny trip. Drop them all off. Bing, bing, bing. We'll see the money come in. 31,000. Oh, that's amazing. Okay. I mean, I think this guy's going to run a little empty a lot of the time, but because it can't possibly, because you know the actual journey time, it's like yeah, it's making 2 journeys a week. There's no way there's enough people there to justify that. But that's still like an amazing profit run. Yeah, we just made 30 grand profit, and yeah, they're still full. But this is definitely going to slow down. That's funny for that one little train journey. Okay, so all right, concession can afford it, just about. All right, does that count? Is that just money vanished, or does that kind of count? Does the concession have a value? Licenses. That's my. I assume that's what concessions are. So it's like essentially you don't lose company value by spending that money. I'm actually not sure what you can spend money on in this game that doesn't end up equaling an asset. I mean, obviously maintenance, like operating expenses vanish, but anything you can directly buy, things don't go down in value, I assume. So, yeah. All right, so what's this? We could get some milk. That's something we never hooked up, actually. That's another thing to, because now that our cities aren't growing anymore, we're going to need to start delivering more goods. But yeah, I think we're going to have to. Actually, Whitney, let's go ahead and replace this with our library. It's almost ready for a museum. Increases the passengers who would like to visit a city. Interesting. So it's less about population increase as just getting more revenue, because it just increases that passenger demand. Alright, so that we should see that kind of start climbing. This of wealthy aunt has unfortunately passed and bequeathed you 46 transport stocks. Stocks this type of tree specific sector. Okay. Funny. So we just got 46 stock, which we can hold. Or, I mean, right now it's worth, is that how much? That's weird. It's got like, is that just its low and high point, I guess? Share price over 12 months. What a weird, this is a weird thing. Something I'm missing here. There's a number here and a number here, but not what those numbers are. Share price 12 months, like that's what it's done. But what, if I did trade stock, buy one, you can't buy a single one. So 4, oh, do I really need to do the calculation? It's like, I don't know. 13. I'm just like so curious. So 3, 4, 1, 3, which is neither of those prices. So strange. Oh, I guess there's the actual price right there. Okay, this must just be a high-low or something. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, yeah. So we can see we got it at 3, 4. So let's hold it and assume it's going to go up. I mean, all of those have to just go up total over the whole course of the game. Okay, so Gene's a long way, but that's the only way we're going to get our objective by November. That's building up. I think Hoover Dam we're fine, but yeah, we need to get this gravel out. I'm just going to do a quick stop. Is there anything I'm missing in terms of, like, where is... Yeah, I wish there was a reference sheet for, you know, like show me everything that makes slag, I guess, or whatever, everything that uses gravel. So concrete plant, but that would need these two. Yeah, I mean, it seems kind of obvious it's not going to be these things. Yeah, I mean, I think the only thing that eats gravel is the cement building blocks. Oh, not cement. What was it? Concrete? Yeah. Concrete's the only thing that eats gravel. And to get that working, we would need slag and cement. Yeah, I mean, that's a big production chain. Where does cement come from? You don't make cement, apparently. There must be like raw resources on the map, I suppose. Cement. Yeah. So we don't even have access to cement. Wow, is that the... There's only one... I see one green arrow on the entire map. There's one place that makes cement. Okay, so I think we have to dump it in Gene. I don't know how you would ever... yeah. So this place produces gravel. And obviously Hoover Dam does, like we said. I wonder why it doesn't... Oh, Whitney wants gravel. Wait, all of these do. Is that right? So why does... interesting. Why does Whitney and Vegas want gravel? They have a 0.3 for gravel. So I guess it's just when... Look at so many resource demands. Or interest. Huh. I guess cities that reach a certain size just have a general need, like all the local industry needs stuff. Okay. Well, the good news there is that means that we could take some freight out of Hoover Dam. So I think that's what I'm going to do. So if it does screw up our express-only line, but, you know, we gotta go by what the thing needs. So let's just say, and it has a route into the freight, so at least it'll skip there. And I'm going to just have it go the whole way. It wants to take the PAX route back. Interesting. Should I force it down the other way? I think I will. This needs to be double tracked. Oh, it is. Is it? Yeah. So I'm going to have a southbound that way. So when you're leaving Vegas and going back to Hoover Dam, yeah, that's exactly right. Okay. I suppose I could have it do this and take the freight route the whole way. All right, we'll see if this is fine for now. Okay, so Hoover Dam, I'm definitely want to only go with one. We're only doing freight anyway. Yeah. And then I mean, I guess you could pick up some stuff here. But what I really want you to do is just deliver gravel. So we might want to do I actually think that's what we want to do, is force gravel. There's a way to... I thought there was a way... There's something I'm missing, like a get rid of automated... It's priority. I just want there's a way to like kind of force... Like force the number of wagons. You could literally... Yeah, I just want it to go empty. Huh. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, confirm. Okay, let's... Unpause. I want to see what this guy does. So my hope is that he fills up with gravel for both places. Whitney... Yeah, so he's only filling up for Whitney, but that's fine. That got a bunch of gravel out. I'm actually considering, I think I'm going to add another train out. I'm sure he's going to be quite slow. It's not terrible. Let's add another train. Like, I want to see... I think, you know, I think a train should fill up and like load some for some for Whitney, some for Vegas. Like it should be smart enough to do that. I could have sworn there was a way to, uh, you know, like for the unloading process. Like, there's nothing I can show as an unload here. But I want to say unload goods there. Huh. I mean, I could have just, like, sworn it. I don't know. If anyone sees what I'm doing wrong there. I think we're going to have to also add a second. Let's just add a second line here. This is kind of messy. I'm just going to do... kind of just refigure out whatever has to happen here. Okay, so... like that, and that. And then... that, and that. Alright. Did I screw up the train? I think I did. Yeah, so there's some distance that you mess with the lines, and any trains that were on the line just vanish and come back to where they started. Okay, so Hoover Dam to Vegas. So this one's sending all the gravel to Whitney. Second guy's just waiting for deployment. And then Hoover Dam, we still can't see, like, still have no idea what's... Might be worth putting a maintenance depot here, honestly. Let's just do it. Yeah, like, there's still no information on demand, etc. It's just a kind of weird special city with no information. It's very annoying. Alright, so there's our passenger guy. And then who are you? You're another passenger guy. There's lots of visitors to Hoover Dam. Love it. That is screwing up our deployment of our gravel guy, though. Yeah, he's still waiting for deployment. Speed up. You guys leave. Get out of there. Wow, what are they waiting for? Oh, serviced. Yeah, that's what I get for putting a maintenance depot there. Alright, off they go again. You know what I actually could do? I think I will. We're going to put at this station... I can't click on the damn thing. Let's also put a thing that speeds up turnaround. Yeah. I just don't want anything waiting here. This is priority. Okay, what is this guy? Oh, gravel. Whitney to Vegas. There you go. So it's loaded up. It's doubled it up. So this is good. That's getting plenty out. What's your problem? No supplies. Oh, let's put one of these on here. Because he's obviously not getting enough to drink. Oh yeah, because he's going back and forth without any drink stop. Yeah. What's this? Bridges, construction. That's a lot of money though. I feel like I'll just wait for the research again. Okay, so we could go ahead and get this guy. I wonder if you don't buy the research, I think you, you know, you lose it. So you definitely want to spend it. Saboteurs, that's not anything. Increase the maximum speed. They can corner. Could be good. We do have some slow track. Do we just go for the upgrades and upgrade our trains? Let's do the train. Let's see what that's going to cost. So basically all of our mixed trains, the idea is, so we're going to upgrade to the Santa Fe. There he is, or she, depending on how you like it. Paint job. I want a better paint job. Oh, I didn't like that grey. Sure. So there we go. Yeah, it's this weirdly hidden icon up here, replace. So if we take just the mixed, there we go. Type of roux, all, just the mixed. Wow, is there really only two? Replace what? Should these icons replace? Huh, we've got only two mixed locomotives. Oh, we have a lot of freight. Okay. Yeah, I guess yeah, because we... Okay, sure. I wonder how it actually compares to, you know, the current freight. So tractive power 204, tractive power 200. It's not really worse. Has worse reliability as well. Yeah, I don't know. All right, seems a bit of a... Seems questionable if that's worth... That train was worth it. Okay, so... Yeah, I think we should be looking good. So there's our gravel heading out. Based on what we just did, the only question is if we want to throw a third train on that line even. I want to double this up as well, honestly. Like, let's have like no reason for these guys to... Yeah, like what are you waiting for? Hoover Dam to Vegas. Yeah, you're the gravel guy. I do not want you waiting. So... Yeah, let's just... We need to kind of double all of this up. Let's let him go by. He's going to want to stop for a drink, though. Just don't want to mess up any track. I want him to make it there. Okay. Hopefully that's enough. Alright. So, if we do like that. He's over there. He hasn't been lost. And then... Okay, how's this going to work? Yeah, it's fine. So we'll just do that. Build. Delete this little bit here. Connect you up. Okay. You know, again, I don't want to... There's this tiny bit here that needs new signaling. Click. There we go. Did that screw him up? He's still on the line. Good. So I'm not going to, like, do any of the rest of it. Alright. And then we need to get this hooked up too. So we're going to delete that little bit there. And then we should be able to hook you in there. Great. And then same deal. That's going to go that way. Looks like there's like some little bit here. Right there. Maybe it's meant to be a little one way, that's fine. As long as it's not blocking anything. Okay. So that should stop any slowdown.
Were
Nice.
able to travel back and forth between Boulder City and the dam construction site
Great. Okay.
by train. This made the work extremely
We just made
efficient.
10 million in net worth. So we transported the passengers to Hoover Dam. It'd be nice if that demand remains. Still have no information on it. Just statistics, passengers, you know, in or out, who the frick knows. So this is our freight guy. Yeah, I mean, I'm just, that's really bad that they don't have the information of like what the demand is over here. Whereas everything else does, you know. So yeah, he's still filling up. I mean, yeah, I have absolutely no idea what like production is going on at the dam. That information is 100% not given. I'm not missing that. Why doesn't that? That's weird. So yeah, I don't know. Okay, and then these guys are still being delivered. So, well, I guess we can know the passenger because you can just always look and it will say, hey, you know, there is a demand to go to Hoover Dam. So that's good. Okay, so we didn't need to go to Gene, even though we bought this concession, but it was going to be more expensive anyway. So, yeah, I think we're just waiting for that gravel to get delivered between Vegas and Whitney. Oh, we do have that issue. I mean, it is fortunately still delivering out that freight, right? Like, this is a good sign. Number 2 is just heading back, I assume. Yeah, they have a long way to go. So can I put a third train on this and just really speed up this delivery? The only, like I said, the issue is going to be if there is enough gravel demand. Because you know, yeah, gravel's pretty overloaded. Yeah, you know what? I think we actually maybe before it even deploys, I think I'm gonna drop it. Yeah, it's not deployed yet. Let's get rid of that. And we need to get more. We need more gravel demand. So these guys haven't grown enough. I never even hooked you up. Coolville really needs to do that. So Gene has a need for 2. Yeah, I mean, we got 1 million now. We're doing okay in money. So let's let's just try to get this going. So something like this. So let's head through there for now. We can't. Do we have to put a station there? We might. Are we allowed to? Sometimes it restricts you putting stations down. Yeah. Must connect the train to Gene. So annoying. So either I'm building the track like around Sloan. There's a cut through, which isn't, I mean, maybe not the worst thing in the world, I suppose. Okay, let's just get it to where it needs to go. So we want it basically to join up here. We need a connection here. You know what? Okay, let's connect this up. It might be time to make this a 2-way. Let's get that train out the way. Okay. So demolish. Build that. Demolish that and connect. And signals. All right. And then what I want to do is have a little, what do you call this? Like a triangle junction over here. All right. So that way we can come in from over here. So we're going to break in here. This is going to be a bit of a bottleneck. Not letting me in. Let's come in. Maybe down here. Right where the... Okay. All right. And then... Did I cut in too early? Yeah, I cut in too early. All right. It's over here where we want to be cutting in. All right, let's just go all the way down to Gene. And then we can sort of arrange this a bit better. So, issue here, and obviously now we've got this thing. Definitely don't want a tunnel. Alright. Yeah, it feels a bit of a wait, because I mean, we're probably going to go through here anyway, but, you know. It'll do. And then let's bring you up here. A bit of this thing. So I'm not sure why this is just defaulting to a crazy... Alright. Okay, I mean, that's, you know, fine grade, good speed. Expensive, but, you know, it's a long track. Alright, so I'm going to build that, and then... I don't think we need a big like we definitely don't need it to be two-way for that far. I would like a little siding, you know, because I'm gonna try and run a few trains just to get that gravel. Maybe do something like this in the middle. How much extra is that? Another 100k? Sure. And put a supply tower in the middle there. Okay. It's sort of in the middle, I hope. Okay, so now we're going to have a line run from Hoover Dam down to Jean. That'll be freight only. We're going to do 2 trains. Yeah, because I think there's enough to just deliver 2 loads, at least that first run. And then it'll run empty on the way back. I don't even want it to stop anywhere. Yeah, okay. Alright, so let's see that actually take off. Oh, yeah, we just increased our rail length. So in Hoover here, there goes all the gravel. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Okay. And yeah, we'll see. It's going to make a long journey, but that's why I'm like, I don't... like, does it count when it just leaves? Let's find out. It says 17 right now. So if another train leaves, see how long it takes for number 2 to leave. You might need a 3rd platform at Hoover Dam, which is not surprising at this point. I do like the dispatch hall, making it at least the trains turn around quicker, I hope. Why are you not leaving? Alright, it's just unloading and whatnot. Okay, so, oh, it's probably maintenance. We're gonna need a maintenance depot at Jean as well. It's a long trip to make. Where's number 2? Yeah, he's waiting. There's no way to kind of speed up deployment as far as I'm aware. It's sort of just waiting for a distance, you know? I don't know if it's if it considers like, well, do we have enough goods to deliver or not? But yeah. Okay, so let's get Jean. We'll give Jean a maintenance depot. Because yeah, how much have you lost already? Actually not terrible, but by the time he comes back, potato farm. Oh, Titanic sunk. Bad weather. Not sure why that matters. Just flavor, probably. I do not care about that potato farm at all. Okay. So yeah, Jean is still going. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's only down at 94%, getting all the way down there. But maybe by the time he gets back, I don't know. Maybe you don't need a maintenance depot there. Wow, yeah, that one is really waiting. Okay. I'm surprised. 24. I think it does actually have to reach its delivery point. Okay, there we go. This new one. So yeah, it's getting fully loaded. That's great. So it's well worth that 2nd train. And then, okay, so Jean is delivering right now. Okay, so that's delivered. And yeah, so that added there. So okay, so yeah, we're fine because as soon as you know, we know that as soon as this guy makes it down, that's 8 more. And there's probably some coming into Vegas right now as well. Oh, see, this one from Hoover Dam didn't have anything in it. So that was a big old waste. I think we're going to delete you, in fact. Yeah, what's the point of this if you did have nothing to deliver? Too many. Yeah, but this one does. Whitney and Vegas. Okay, so we'll leave one running, because, yeah. Makes sense. There's only a point, like a total demand of 0.4, 0.8 between these 2 cities. So it's only, yeah, makes sense that, you know, don't really need 2 trains running there. Sloan has a connection bonus. We definitely want to take advantage of that. You know, this is a small city, so we could basically, you know, just start, like, add it to the network and start sending freight down. Maybe this is where we add, like, a 5th platform out of Whitney Freight and just, like, this is basically a southbound only sort of set. And I'm thinking even, like, make it a small, yeah, nice, a little tunnel. Can't really do much about the gradient, unfortunately, but yeah. Yeah, let's see how that works. Oh, it is quite a lot. That's fine. Speed up time. I mean, you know, again, you could... Well, it could be a bridge, too. I'm not sure, but let's see if a bridge is... It is significantly cheaper than the tunnel. Gradient's about the same. It's better as a bridge. Okay. Cool. And then... And we're about to get 200 back for just connecting up Sloan, so that's fine. So we're going to do that, and then we need to make a station. So let's wait till we've actually got all the money for the station and everything. Hook this in. But that's the cool thing, is like you can just hook in a tiny piece of the network. So I'm going to build that, and then yeah, hopefully nothing jams out. The one problem I worry about is, like, for instance, like, see, it thinks it can go to platform 5. It says 0%. Hopefully that remains and it doesn't have any issues. But so now this freight train, we're going to put up a station in Sloan. And then hook you in like something like that. And we only have the one. I mean, I'm actually going to go ahead and put a supply line up here, just a little further away from the intersection. You get refund as well, so it's easy enough to move them. Okay, and so, yeah, I mean, if I just doubled this all up, which is probably pretty cheap track, we could have multiple freights running. It's probably worth doing. We don't have a lot of money right now. Just kind of want to get this rolling and see it work. So Whitney to Sloan. Just do freight for now. Yeah. And I'm going to skip the car. And caboose can be good. Nah, it's fine. So, yeah.
When the canyon was carved out for
Oh,
construction,
I think we just got a lot
huge
of the task. So yeah,
amounts of
so you can
rubble
see
were created. This
it already
was
has plenty for that, and
transported
it's like,
off by
honestly,
rail.
we can easily run more trains like this, because Whitney is basically going to be delivering every possible good Sloan could want. So yeah, I will set up we've got the money now to set up that rail line, so let's just do that. Yeah, essentially we want to get this as far as we can. I guess we want the bridge, like we can let the bridge be a one-way. There we go. Did I just screw up find out if I screwed up yeah, I screwed up the train. Okay, so it just resets. Yeah, I don't know if we want to, we'll see. Because he'll be waiting all the way back here to go into Whitney if we don't have a doubler. Yeah, I don't really want that. Let's have another platform. Something like this. It's right at the bridge. Should be enough. There are signals, right? They're not. Yeah, there's one signal there. And we're going to need grid iron. Smallest entry point. So yeah. Yeah, at least there's room for a train here before the bridge. I mean, honestly, I um, might be nitpicking the costs a little. But yeah, we've only got the 80, so it's not that crazy. Okay. All right. So I think we're going to be at a stopping point here. Have our first Sloan delivery and get our connection bonus. Are there any other connection bonuses? Usually, yeah, they hit the margin, so there's no others on the margin. So let's see this guy make his maiden delivery into Sloan. Yeah, we didn't see this, so okay, so now we need to deliver 32 wooden planks to Hoover Dam and reach 55,000 citizens in Clark County West. So Gene, which we've already connected into, Sloan we're connecting into, and Prim, which I assume is around here. So yeah, so we want to set up a new little network here. I mean, I guess right now we're delivering goods from over here, but really we should start delivering some of the core goods from the raw available. And I guess we can gradually fall off of the demand over here. But, you know, right now everything's full, so maybe exception to this one. How's the beans? Beans are a little low. We'll bump that one up. Yeah. Probably due for, yeah, we have a bond available now because, oh, it looks like we did pay off one. So maybe it pays off the bond if it doesn't have to roll it over. But yeah, we have a $12 million value right now, and we've only lent out that, so it's sort of like if you think of 7 million tied up in that debt, it's actually allowing all the way up to that. So yeah, well yeah, yeah, that would be like more like a value of 22 million available. But yeah, so maybe 10% is not right. It's more like 20%. But yeah. All right. Oh, did it roll in while I was talking? I think it did. Sloan got its first delivery. Sloan is decreasing, so we do want to get more things to it. So yeah, so actually what I want to do is I think I'm going to go with even 3 trains on this one. Yeah, because there's a lot to deliver. So we'll see him leave, and I'm pretty sure you're going to see, you know, another full train, like number 3 will deploy. Well, I guess number 1's coming. Whoa. Looks like they're about to hit on the bridge, but they weren't. They weren't. I guess number 3's not leaving yet. Maybe I guess he's going to let number 2 leave. Oh no, number 2 left. So number 1, increasing distance. Number 3. Oh, no, maybe 3 is a little too many. It's funny. Number 3's not deploying, and number 1's waiting. There we go. Oh, but you're just leaving? Oh, I don't like that. Why are you just leaving? You've got nothing else that Sloan wants? That is unusual. I definitely don't want anyone traveling with less than 2 wagons. Alright, I'm going to delete him. Okay, so number 2, what are you about to do? Waiting for goods. Oh, is that the issue? So we're low on that, but that's not what we're low on. In the warehouse. Yeah, I think the issue is that we added the demand into the network, but it doesn't just take from what sort of stock might have been sitting in the warehouse. It has to actually get sort of, there's this whole sort of network effect of like, okay, so Sloan has been added in, all the demand gets sort of input into the system, and then the trains start bringing specifically for Sloan. It sort of has to start its journey out of here as if it's like, hey, Sloan just asked for some logs, so, you know, so that's what it's doing. So right now, he's still just waiting, but we should be seeing things on their way with the destination of Sloan. I'm not seeing it add up yet. Because, you know... Well, we'll see how that goes. We are over time, but we got a lot accomplished. And so yeah, our next goal is not for another 2 years. So I think we're doing fine. Anything, as long as you get the check marks, that's what matters to me. All right. Hope you've enjoyed, and we will see you next time.